Hi everybody, this is your homework family reading for Aries. I'm sorry, the cards are already jumping. Sometimes, as soon as I start to pick up the cards, card decks know me. So this is for Aries. This is for all sun, moon, and rising Aries homework family reading. But what I was saying is I have a couple of my decks that know me really well, and before I even start talking and asking questions, they start speaking, and got two cards have flipped out already. But I'm not even there yet. I was just going to keep on shuffling. Anyway, as you get to know me better and we figure out how this flow is supposed to be, plain and simple, it'll get more fluent and it'll be more of with a flow. I'm just figuring out how it is that Spirit wants me to go about doing these readings, plain and simple. And as that happens better, the readings will also get better. But with that being said, excuse me, Neptune, you're kind of on my stuff. Neptune, say hi to all the nice people. Hi. Right when I decided, I always ask Spirit which sign it is we're going to be working with so that I know where we're going before we do. And typically at that point they start filling me with information that they want me to speak about before I even get into the cards. And that's why I just put the cards down, because I have stuff I already have to get into. I was being told right off the bat, basically, we might be having some stubborn ego problems. I love you guys, Aries, but Aries, you guys know you can be stubborn, so it's understandable. But I'm also being told that that has to do with having doubt over the physical path, what to do, what decisions to make. Maybe taking action, or maybe the fact that you're not taking action. What needs to be done, basically, is what I'm being given. In order for you to move forward, what is the desire that you really truly wish to move forward in? You need to evaluate that. Maybe you don't really want to put the hard work in to the fact that in order to get what it is you're wanting, you're going to have to. Is part of the energy that I'm being given. Perhaps you're pushing too hard and you're trying to over control the direction. And Aries, you guys are good for over pushing when you get in your energy, because you're a fire sign. I'm a Leo, so I understand. So when you get in your full in your fire, you can be very controlling, and you might be trying to push too hard, which is having a problem with controlling the direction. Like I said, it might be simply that you're having a problem with making the right decision in the actions that you're taking. And you might be finding that yourself is having a little bit of an issue with ego versus your stubbornness as to what's right and wrong for you, is what I'm being told right off the bat. Now, and that was just in some of the information that Spirit gave me as I asked who the reading was going to be for. But if I give you a little bit of information from astrology too, we look at Aries right off the bat. We look at Aries from a universal standpoint. It's right off the bat, it's saying that you're dealing with self-motivation. You're dealing with action and self-assertiveness over this week from May 15th through the 31st. And typically the way that I do these readings is the information that Spirit's giving me right off the bat is dealing with the energy we're feeling, or you all are feeling, right there around the 15th. This is the platform. It's the platform, the stage, right where you're starting off. So it's around the 15th is these energies that you're feeling. It is the ascendant in general. It is your personal identification, your ego versus your introvert. Here comes my cat. It is, like I said, self-motivated, self-assertive, and self-assurance. But you are going to be dealing somewhat with the material world as well, and your conscious and your unconscious actions. And that basically is where we're looking at. For the most part, we're looking at that side of the astrology chart, the ascendant side. Well, hello, love. Neptune tends to show up a lot when I just do readings. The very first card that popped out was Five of Pentacles. Oh, I like to let everybody know, just in case you like the decks, this is my light and dark deck. I love this deck. But part of the reason I'm doing this homework family readings the way I'm doing it is I'm trying to start, like I said, with us being right there at the energy of the 15th, and then how are we going to move forward. So I prefer to kind of try to pull it at what maybe are we confused about? What are we maybe having trouble with? What are we having problems working through? So I want to start at the lower vibration and work our way up. And there is a candle there. You don't want to catch yourself on fire. Sorry, I have to protect my baby. But like I said, so this is about working our way through what might be the confusion or the difficult situations and trying to turn that what might be a lower vibration into the most higher vibrations. Move us up as we come through the 15th through the 31st. We're starting off on that platform with the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is speaking to you guys of feeling anxiety, feeling that frustration, feeling worried, and having concern over what it is you're trying to deal with. It's really speaking to you of overcoming your fears, surrendering your fears, looking the fear that you have in the eye. This is Mercury and Taurus. Now, that is actually quite significant. Let me jump back to astrology for a minute. Mercury is moving into Taurus from the 6th through the 21st, which is the universal second house. Well, you're an Aries, so it's already, the universal second house is everybody's universal second house, but it's especially Aries. So it's going to really be that communication is jumping in there with Uranus and speaking with your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. That makes sense. It's Mercury in Taurus, and it's going to be there from the 6th through the 21st. It's flying through there in 2 weeks, and I know that this reading is mainly from the 15th through the 31st, but that explains why on the platform you're having this energy. You might be having this worry, this anxiety, the concern. You're having the doubt over your path. You don't know which way to go because you need to surrender the fear. Now, the reason you're going to see me point to stuff all the time, this is where I write little cheat sheet notes to myself, because a lot of times I'm pulling stuff out of Hebrew and so forth and whatnot. So they're like little secret messages for me. So I'm being told, more or less, with this, yeah, it's just like what the picture shows. I mean, he's got his eyes covered. This is looking the fears in the eye, looking whatever you have doubt about, whatever you're afraid to take the chance on and move forward. It's talking to you about, looking them in the eye as you're coming up through this 15th energy. And in fact, with Mercury in Taurus all the way up until the 21st. Because the next card is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is Mercury, is not Mercury, is Mars and Leo. So we're taking our warrior self. We're taking our passion, our action, our aggression, our warrior, our sexual energy, our sexuality about ourselves. We're putting it in Leo where it's in fire. It's in a fixed fire sign. It's very courageous. It's very comfortable. It wants to stand for valor. So you're looking yourself in the eye and learning how to actually overcome it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's easy, but it's you're taking on that passion and helping yourself to move forward. You're taking the passion from within and you're connecting it with that inner lioness self that you have and helping you to be your own king of your own kingdom. And that comes with courage and valor. So the only way you're going to get that is by working through those fears. Now, like I said, I want to start off with, is there anything else that the cards have to tell us for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Aries on their platform, right when we come into the 15th, right around the time of the 15th. Is there anything else that Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus needs to know? One second, it just flew. I am being given actually two cards. One flew across the room and I had to grab it. First one is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the one that flew out. It is speaking to us of a Libra energy, water and air. It is cleansing. It is, it's cleansing, it's inspiring, it's invigorating. It is harsh trust, but it has harsh trust issues. I mean, we're thinking, look at it. I mean, you got the off with her head, more or less, is what the Queen of Swords is. The Queen of Swords is, she's hard because she's been done wrong, but she's learned from the mistakes. So this is what all of this energy is talking about. It's learning to move forward, working through our issues, learning to overcome our fears, and learning from our mistakes. It's learning from our mistakes, but still being able to come, with valor. Like I said, what? Isn't it here? Yeah. Valor goes with this card, with the Seven of Wands. So the Queen of Swords is just, I'm moving forward. I'm making sure I'm chopping away all the shit that's no longer good for me. I'm going to nourish myself properly. I'm chopping away what's not helping me, and I'm going to nourish myself properly, and then we're going to move forward. That's a very good card. It's moving you into new directions. It's moving you forward in a mature way, spiritually, because you're learning from the mistakes. You're learning from what has harmed you and what hasn't been good to you. You're making the chances to move forward. But you also have the Four of Cups for right here at the platform. You're going to be finding some overwhelming energies that are happening. Overwhelming energies is a very watery life force. It is full of fertility. It's like the watery star. It is insightful. It gives us direction. It's connecting with our intuition. But the crab also sometimes doesn't come straight on. The crab, sometimes you got to learn to come out of your shell for a crab energy. But sometimes it's also, we don't necessarily come out of our shell and take things directly on. The crab doesn't walk straight. It walks side to side to side to side to side. So this may be, shifting back and forth as we're figuring out as you're figuring out exactly what it is you want, coming out of your shell and grabbing all four of these cups. It's blending your inner and your outer worlds. It's reflecting that balance is what this is. This is the moon in Cancer. I mean, the moon's home in this spot. It's in its most comfortable spot. It's in the watery flows of all of life. It knows how to nourish it from learning the truth of all of the flow of life. That's what this is speaking to us about. She, your Queen of Swords, is learning to listen to this energy right here. She already knows what it's like to have been hurt. She's learning how to make proper decisions by listening to her intuition and let her inner self tell her how to make these proper decisions so she moves forward. But it's all about not surrendering to fears. Is that all we have, or is there more for the platform? Is there more for the platform for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries? Wrong side. I have the World here. I have the World. We're starting off with. So it's blooming. It's blooming. It's expanding. My mouth was not trying to talk. It's blooming. It's expanding. It's self-realization. It's individual soul. It is Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, as well as Aquarius. It is harmony with the world of spirit. This is connecting with your higher self, connecting with your soul self. Like I just said, it had the reflection going on, reflection and balance, blending of your inner and outer waters. This is what the world means here. It's infinitely growing. You are infinitely maturing. You are infinitely blooming and expanding. And that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It's about, finding who your true self of your individual soul is and learning how to expand it, you will forever be growing. You will forever be moving forward. So this is a positive new beginning that's helping you redirect your reblooming for the rest of your life, more or less. This is helping you move in a whole new direction. The World card, getting you started. And I am also given the Ten of Swords. This means it's over. Abandon. It's over. The disaster is over. The hardest part of the bullshit is over. I mean, it was left for dead, for crying out loud. So whatever had harmed you and left you and caused you issues as you were starting to, come into this energy, from the up until the 15th of May, then all of that's over, because it finishes right off with the King of Cups. The King of Cups speaks to you of being your inner royal, your inner noble self, your insightful advisor. You've come into balance. You're starting to find your balance. You're coming through it. It is, like I said, he's the king of the water, more or less. He's the king of our emotions. He's the ruler who rules wisely with good emotions and is able to see honestly what is going on. He's prepared to, he's got the crab here with him, protecting him with the water energy, helping him to sift back and forth through the truth, filling the cup. This is a new beginning again. This is something new and positive moving you forward. So you're coming through a lot of, working through those fears, overcoming that, letting go of the Queen of Swords and coming towards the King of Cups. The world is turning. The world is on your side. It is a very good situation. Just may not feel like it because, like I said, you've got a lot of internal self-motivation that you're working on. You're believing in yourself. Come to believe in yourself. It's but that's a free will thing. It's something that only you can do. You have to believe in yourself and find your own soul identity to start moving you forward out of these different issues that you may have been dealing with. Because I'm seeing most of this is happening in your 10th, 11th, 12th, first, second, and third house. So this is mainly all internal within yourself. Some of it is outwardly within the world, but it's mainly your internal thoughts. It's mainly how you are emotionally feeling about things, not necessarily how the world's seeing you or how you're communicating with the world. This is all about how you're communicating with yourself. Now, as we move forward, what does Aries have coming in? What energies is Aries going to be seeing coming into them from the 15th through the 31st for all sun? Wow. It's like the world just flipped over for you, baby. So let me just see what else and flip that right on back over, because it's like I just dropped the deck. And I love you, but I don't think that they all for you. I think that's just a little bit too much. But let me flip it right on over and get everything caught back up. I just dropped some. Was this one for him? For Aries? Yeah, Capricorn was for you. Capricorn is speaking to us of, for one, of the foundations you're creating. The foundations you're creating within yourself that right now, Capricorn has Pluto in it. It has Pluto in it, which is in retrograde. It also has Saturn in it, which is in retrograde. So right now, we're building new foundations. I've been saying this over and over. We're building foundations that last lifetimes. Capricorn wants its money back. If I put my money into this, I want it to be worth it. That's what the Queen of Swords was trying to tell you. The Queen of Swords is trying to tell you, I want it to be worth it. Telling you that, you want to make sure that whatever you're putting your energy into as you move forward, that you've investigated it all properly. You've sifted through your truth. You've sifted through your ego. You know what it is. You know what to release. And we're building a new foundation, because that's what Capricorn is. It's, for all intents and purposes, it's a foundation. So it's a new place to start over. in a form. And with what's here, it's talking about setting those new rules, walls, and boundaries. Because in astrology, Saturn is in retrograde, giving you the opportunity to shift them and try something new. So we're creating these new walls and boundaries. You might be a little methodical about what you're picking and sifting through, but that's okay. It's important. You're Aries. You're a brand new starting point in the first place, coming into this energy. Because you're going to be feeling Capricorn throughout this whole time. Well, I picked them up backwards. That's why they felt funny. What else does Aries need to know? What energies is Aries going to be receiving from the 15th of May through the 31st? For all Sun, Moon, and Rising Aries. All Sun, Moon, and Rising Aries. You will also be dealing with water energy. Well, that makes complete sense. I mean, you've been sifting through the emotions anyway. That's what it was starting off with. You've been sifting through the emotions. The emotions, the thing is, water can be positive or negative. It really depends on where you take your water energy. So, are you in control of your emotions? That's your question. In Aries, you guys are stubborn. You guys are explosive. You need to be in charge of your water, in charge of your emotions, so that you can, allow your fire and your passion to drive you in positive ways. This can be a very healing card, but you have to learn to deal with your water, is what I'm getting. Because, like I said, it's taking you back to, we're starting a Capricorn. We're starting to build new foundations. We want our money back on our investment. I want it to pay off. I'm not putting time into something that's not going to work for me. But you got to make sure you're also putting time into you. Putting time into you, because you won't get outwardly what you want if you're not putting the proper time into you to control yourself and to bring that healing in that you also need within your water, your healing emotions. Anything else that Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries, needs to hear from this deck? Because I'll do another couple decks, actually. Anything else the Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries needs to understand is incoming energy from this deck. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Virgo energies for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo. Virgo. You know what? If I'm saying Virgo, there's got to be something there. So that's going to be dealing with, organizing it. I call Virgo the organizer. I call it the lie detector. So you're sifting through the truths. I already said this. You're sifting through the truths. You're organizing the truths. This is why I keep bringing the Virgo up. I wouldn't have said it knowing I'm meaning Venus if I wasn't. It's the lie detector is what's being told, more or less. Yeah, because I'm seeing Spirit pop up now and validating that that's basically, I was pulling it out for a reason. I see it as the lie detector. Virgo is not capable of going from A to D. Virgo has to do A, B, C, D. Virgo must go through with the whole process. And this is saying, what Spirit is saying, that's why the cards didn't pull it up, but they pulled it out of me, is it's a process that you're going through. And you are going to have to go through that process in order to make this movement forward work well for you. And that makes sense, because now they're giving me Pluto. So this is a shifting change. You are moving forward, but there is something you have to let go of. There's something that is no longer serving you. There's plenty of things, I'm sure, for all of us in the world that has things that are no longer serving us. Pluto is a spiritual place to rebirth yourself. It is letting go of what no longer serves you. Death, decay, and destruction for renewal, rebirth, and regeneration. So they're saying you are more or less, for all intents and purposes, rebirthing all the way around. And allow it to be. Because this is exactly how and what is meant to be. Like I said, you have the Queen of Swords, with the King of Cups. So you're cutting away what's no longer serving you. You're finding out what doesn't nourish you and what does, so that you can rise into a higher vibration and you can move into the new direction of what you're trying to move into. Aries. What was I just saying? You're coming out of one and you're moving back into another. You're coming into yourself. You're coming into a higher level of your own authentic self, is what they're saying. And in order for you to do that, you simply must go through this process. Now, I'm going to switch over to my Thoth deck, because I like to get a little bit of information from all of them. So, what does Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus need to know? Ace of Discs. It is a new beginning. But it all depends on how long it takes you to work through your own stuff. This is from the 15th through the 31st. But if you're given Pluto, where was it? If you were given Pluto as a sign, with Aries right in front of it, this means you have to walk through that death. You have to rebirth. You have to let go of what's no longer serving you. And if you're not letting go of what's no longer serving you, Aries, you can't start new. You can't light up your new fire. You're still in the cold. You can't light the new fire and start the new beginnings unless you actually have worked through all of that and you've let it go. And then you can have the Ace of Discs, which is talking to you about, again, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus energy. This is finding your self-worth, your self-value. This is finding yourself. This is coming into a higher level of authenticity. Like I said, this is all taking place on your ascendant side, working from, your goals, your dreams, your wishes, your desires, your secrets, your denials. It's your skeletons in the closet. It's coming clean with yourself so that you can find your true personal identity. That's what you're going through right now. You're finding your own personal identity. You're sifting away the ego. You're learning how to let go of the stubbornness that's not serving you so that you can move forward. And you know what? We all move at our own pace. So just keep doing it. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some love. Keep doing it. You're walking the path. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. At this time, that's really what they're mainly directing most of this at. You have the ability. Magic is coming up on many of these decks, many of these readings. So, this is a very good thing. But the magician in my deck isn't quite like everybody else's. The magician is about manifestation. It is about creating magic. You have everything you need. Yes. But it is also in Hebrew, the alpha and the beta. It is the beta itself. The beta in Hebrew is speaking to you of the house, the temple, the vessel. Well, the vessel can't connect and manifest healthy, good stuff. It can't be the magician unless the vessel is connected to the alpha, connected to the oneness, connected to the energy, connected to, your higher self, to the, like I said, the oneness, the cosmos, however it is you want to see it. Unless you are connected properly, your magician kind of just sucks. This is saying you can manifest anything you want. You have everything you have everything you need to create what you want, to move you forward. It has to do with being connected properly. Connecting to the oneness, to the above energy. It is moving yourself up and out of the lower reality is what we are speaking of. It is creating from a duality and from a paradox. That's basically what magic is. The connection can only be made of manifestation for you to manifest what you want if you are connected to the oneness. If you're not, you're going to be connected from unconsciousness, and who knows what you will manifest is what they're trying to tell you. Stay positive, stay connected, get yourself on a higher vibrational level. Keep yourself moving in that way. And you are going to create what you want. Your new beginnings are going to start coming forward. Because then you are given the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands speaks to us of our inner fires. It is discovering our power. What was I just saying? Coming into who we are, finding our authentic self. It is a cardinal energy, though. just like you are. It's an air. It speaks to us of a cardinal energy, but it's also the eagle. So it is the higher self coming into this beginning, the beginning of the new of who we and what we are. But we also feel it in our Cancer energy. It is water, it is Aries, it is, I see it as Leo and Sagittarius because of it being a fire. But it's also Pisces. It's got it right here. You see the symbol? I see it as Pisces. She's worked through her fire. She's worked through her emotions. She's come into the power of who and what she is because she knows who and what she is. So she's had to work through all of that emotional energy. Cancer, the crab, this is coming into your power, starting to find your true authentic self, being able to manifest and create as you so see fit because you now know who you are. You now know your worth. You now know how valuable you are. You now don't allow others to treat you less. You are the Queen of Wands. You have integrity. You have fire, power, in all positive and wonderful ways to protect yourself as well as to inspire yourself and others. This is a very positive thing for you as you move forward into this energy. Is there anything else? Yes. Truce. It is the Four of Swords, and it speaks to us of equal forces, finding balance within yourself, maybe within the world around you, but considering this is mainly talking, what I'm being told is mainly for you right now is mainly on your ascendant side. It's mainly for your, like I said, your self-identity, your personal identity, overcoming your ego, overcoming your denials and all of that, and setting these goals and being able to, have the dreams and desires and bring them into tangible reality. We're learning how to actually bring it all full force, full circle is what I'm being told. It's a full circle for you. It's not just a new cycle. It's full circle. It's I've learned this whole round, now I'm starting a second, like you've gone from the first life into the second is what I'm being given. This is Jupiter in Libra. So this is harmony and balance, finding harmony and balance within yourself. Libra is all about finding harmony and balance with, Libra and Gemini and Aquarius. This is an air sign in general. But this is the truce. This is the abundance of being able to create that truth, of equal forces and balance. The swords are laid down on the flower. The swords are laid down on the flower. We are happy to be in this place. We're all in balance right now, is what I'm being given. So it sounds like you are coming into yourself in a very positive and beautiful way. It sounds like it is beautiful energy. Is there anything from my daily healing cards that Aries needs to know as they come into, or they come through this 15th through 31st energy? All right, I feel you, but you're just slightly hiding from me. That's why you guys kind of sticking. This is how I check them. Sometimes, don't laugh at me. Sometimes this is how I check them. They get a little sticky and I can't tell. So I hold them apart. It is this one. Master the steps you are on. Master the steps that you are on. That has to take you right back to the magician. If you are able to be connected, I'm also getting foster patience. I'm sorry. We all know you guys are Aries. It's not always, I'm a Leo, honey. I got the worst patience in the world. I mean, it's okay. Foster patience. So, master the steps you are on. Connect to the higher consciousness. Connect to, the oneness, and allow it to keep taking you forward because you are already on the right path, it sounds like. You just have to stay the course at this time. I'm not being told much else on the outer community for you right now. It seems like this is mainly about you on your inner world, your inner workings. And that's still a beautiful thing. It's just, like I said, that's what I'm being given at this time for you, for Aries. And one last thing, is there anything left that Aries needs? Anything left that Aries needs to hear right now? Anything left that Aries needs to hear? Frustration. Your frustration is not a waste of energy if it is channeled positively to create a better outcome for yourself. Embrace that frustration and work with it, not against it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in 2 more weeks. Bye.